everybody. This is Gretchen Zellick and Annie Gibbons, Donuts and Pie Fitness. And today we have the pleasure, I'm so excited to interview Meaghan B Murphy. She is an author, editor, on-air personality, lifestyle and health expert, and influencer. She's a home hack master, I understand, and certified trainer. And so she was recently named editor-in-chief of Women's Day, which is the #1 selling magazine on newsstands, and they have over 18 million readers, I believe that's correct. And this was after she was 6 years at Good Housekeeping. She has kind of reimagined the 130-year-old mega brand magazine with a soup to nuts approach, with more modern, fun, can-do approach to domesticity, boosting the magazine's cool factor with especially that 18 to 34 demographic, but keeping this older audience still engaged and interested and part of it, which I think is so important that you didn't leave us back in the dust. She also develops strategic partnerships across all platforms. She conceives new ways to generate revenue and promote Women's Day. In the media, she's a regular guest expert on Live with Kelly and Ryan, Good Morning America, Dr. Oz Show, and many, many more. She's featured on many radio shows, and she has co-hosted a podcast with one of my favorites, Maria Menounos, on Sirius XM. And she recently launched her own podcast entitled Off the Gram, when she does it with fellow wellness influencers. She lives in New Jersey with her husband and 3, I believe, boys, a 10-year-old, an 8-year-old, and a 7-year-old.
My daughter's name is Charlie, but she's a girl. My oldest
girl. Oh, wow. So you have 2 boys and a girl. Wow. Yeah. And they're so close in age, but I think that's really fun. Thanks, Meaghan, for joining us today. Yay. And I want to talk about this book. I love this book so much. And I didn't know what to expect going in. I knew that I needed a little bit of a in my life, but I'm telling you, it just made my day. And actually it made me cry a little when I read it, because it's so funny, because it's so positive and it's so uplifting and engaging. But it made me think about the positivity that we all really need right now in our lives. So I wonder if there's, can you explain what a fully charged life is and what it means to find your yay?
Yay! So of course, so I think of Your Fully Charged Life, the book itself, as a happiness toolkit. So it's not a prescriptive plan or a prescriptive program, but all of the tips and tricks and strategies in the book are really tools that I'm hoping you'll put in your toolkit to inch the happiness needle, to have more energy, more vitality, more of a zest for life. I was really intrigued by that New York Times article last week or the week before that really found that a lot of us are languishing, right? So we're not in this state of depression, and we're certainly not happy. We're sort of in this joyless state that, researchers would coin languishing. So I think Your Fully Charged Life is the antidote to that. It is helping you put more yay in every day and understand that there's little choices we can make, little things we can do on a daily basis to find more joy, to live with more excitement and passion.
It makes perfect sense. I love how you broke it down into your chapters, so you could kind of read one and go, okay, I'm going to handle that. And you made it really specific and easy, but so, I mean, I'm going to put all of those into my life. I just think it's so important.
That's how I feel like you can dive in. So it's like, there's the work charge chapter. So if you're struggling with your job or your career, you can jump into there. There's the love charge chapter, which is all about your relationships. If that's where you feel like you need the boost, jump right to that. The resilience, the recharge chapter is all about resilience in the face of loss. And I think we could all use that right now after a year of a global pandemic where we've lost so much from our sense of safety and freedom and health. Some of us have lost jobs and loved ones. So that chapter is really apropos in this moment. But there's lots of different places and lots of different entry points. I think your audience would probably love the health charge chapter, which is really about, prioritizing movement, making sure that's non-negotiable, and protecting your sleep. Lots of good advice, because I've been a service journalist for 25 years. I've used myself as a guinea pig and road tested all of these tips and strategies on myself so I know what works.
And, I think the point of, being in this pandemic, there's so many of us that have lived a life where you're grateful and you can find silver linings and have a positive attitude. But sometimes you kind of forget how, when you're overwhelmed with the things that have been happening of this next year. And so it's like a perfect timing to revalidate or remind ourselves of how we get back to where we were the happiest.
And the funny part is sometimes all it takes is that little reminder, right? It's like when someone says posture to you, and all of a sudden you've rolled your shoulders back and down. Yeah. Or when someone says pelvic floor, and the next thing you know, you're maybe doing a Kegel, right? Sometimes we just need that little reminder, that little nudge to put what we know into practice.
Yes. Yep. And so then another piece of that is health and wellness, and you're a certified personal trainer. And in chapter 5, your book, you write that people need a physical health and endurance to lay the groundwork for their happiness. Can you give us an example of the things that people can do to actually get to that important piece of health?
Yeah, so I really truly do believe that movement is medicine, and that we need to treat food as fuel and movement as medicine. And that when we are feeding our bodies, nourishing our bodies with sleep and movement, we can perform at peak happiness, right? So for me, what does that look like? It doesn't mean you need to be running marathons. Maybe that means you have a walking practice, that you're lifting weights, you're doing something to move your body. Maybe it's a Zumba class, but we need movement and we need fresh air. We need some of those things just to operate at full battery, and understanding how to create those healthy habits. How do you create that if you're not currently living that way?
Right. It always makes me remember my grandmother's favorite. She used to say all the time, quote, Helen Hayes, "When you rest, you rest." And she lived to 100. So there you go.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Yeah. Go ahead, Gretchen.
Oh, so I want to know, we always ask everybody, because we're all about aging enthusiastically, what is your plan to age enthusiastically?
Oh, I love getting older. So I'm 45, halfway to 90. And it's been so much fun. I think I've outgrown vanity, which has been my favorite part. I care so much less what people think. And I've just really become friends with myself. We're really getting along very well these days. And that's just been the best part of aging for me. It's been really, really fun.
That's such a good point. You realize what your priorities are and what you really start to love about yourself, whether it's a wrinkle or a little mark. It's so,
I mean, not the chin hair, not so much the chin hair.
By the way, that never goes away.
Thank God for tweezers, right? Like, I got that.
Yeah. That's okay. No, I think that's so smart. And I want to tell you, I think that this book could not have come at a better time. I think that, you're fully charged. Like, people have kind of been, as you said, languishing. And now it's time to kind of like, what do I need to do? What makes me feel better? What makes me help other people? And I think that it's perfect.
It's funny for me because I've been working on it for probably 20 years, 3 years, very hardcore with a publishing deadline. And never in a million years did I think this is what the launch would look like, right? There's no book tour, there's no book signings. Like, as an author, it's probably the craziest, wackiest, weirdest time to release a book. But in terms of getting the content out there, I know how important it is, especially right now. So I feel grateful to be able to give this to readers right now, but man, I would have liked to have gone to Barnes and Noble and signed some books.
Yeah, that must be hard. It's a necessary book to be out there at this point, but you really want that contact with those people.
No, there's been none of the normal channels of book promotion. So no book tour, no signings, which was a book, because, as this was my dream come true. So, I never dreamed about like the fairy princess dress and the wedding and the pumpkin carriage. I dreamed about signing books at a bookstore, right? So, but
that will come, hopefully.
Yeah, maybe for the paperback in February. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. I love it. So anyways, Meaghan, I want to thank you. This is a big deal that you took the time to speak with us today. You're a very busy woman, and I'm just so grateful for you.
I just love your name, Donuts and Pie. If either of them are gluten-free, I'm in. I do have celiac disease, but donuts and pie, yes.
Donuts and pie
That's
fit.
me.
We always talk about which are you, the donuts or the pie? Which do you like, the donuts or the pie?
That's right.
Gretchen loves the pie.
I love the pie. I'll eat pie for breakfast. It's awesome. So you're on Instagram at Meaghan B Murphy.
Yes.
You're also the Yay List, Off the Gram podcast, and Best Field NJ, as in New
Yes.
Jersey, right?
Yes, so I'm a big champion of community and community spirit, and I think that everyone should love where they live. So I do as a hobby, I do the Best Field New Jersey Instagram as a love letter to my community.
I love it. As a Asbury Park summer job person,
My mom's in Long Branch.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Remember Long Branch. And then your website is meaghanbmurphy.com. So
Yeah.
we'll make sure we share all of that when this
That would
interview.
be great. And the book is available where anywhere books are sold. I always say, if you have a local bookstore, shop local. A real person does a happy dance when you shop local. If you do buy it on a big box store like Amazon or Barnes and Noble, please rate and review. It's like a report card for authors, and it really does matter.
Okay, we will do that. Absolutely. Thanks, Meaghan.
Meaghan, thank you so much.
Of course. Thank you.
Love it.
Take care.